We're live in about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Something's happening.
Oh my god, we have an ad.
Oh my.
Do we have
money
an
from
ad?
that?
We're getting rich.
Yes!
We made it.
The plan is
Let's
working.
split the profit. We get 25 euros.
Yeah. Perfect.
Ooh.
All right. Hello and welcome to. There we go. Welcome to Double Dragon Trouble. I am Thijs Banderas, and right about me we have Hilde Badekarken joining us from Norway.
Ooh,
Sadly, she's
hello.
on the webcam because of internet issues. Then to my left we have Lykke joining us from
Hello.
Denmark.
Hello.
And up in the left corner we have the man himself, Chris.
Oh.
So there's a lot of stuff we can talk about, but I think we should just get straight into the game, unless anyone wants to say something super important.
I don't have anything important. There's nothing important about my life at all. So.
Oh,
I hope you guys enjoy the stream.
yes.
Oh yeah, that's quite important.
I hope you
Hopefully.
If you don't, just pretend.
Yeah, just laugh. Anyway, Chris,
Yes,
are you ready?
always.
I had 2 dice ready.
Right.
Just you wield.
Maybe I should get all my dice ready. There we go. All of them. Yeah, as the players already know, we have a warcraft setting today and next Tuesday. Because that's all I know, and and then the real stuff will happen in January.
Awesome.
Yes. I will just do. And yeah, alright, so we are going a bit back from current Warcraft things. This is you are in Lordaeron, and lots of crazy stuff has been happening recently. An undead plague has recently spread throughout the land, causing not so good things. Some would argue, at least.
As a small group, a society, I think this might be better.
Could be worse.
Yeah, I mean, it's all a matter of perspective, right? Lots of events have transpired. The plague has broken out, and some heroes like the prince and others has started fighting it until fairly recently, where a big divide in the kingdom has come because the city of Stratholm has been purged of living people by the prince, and not everyone is quite happy with that decision. No, yeah. Some had families there. Some see it as...
There's a small community inside Stratholm. I think this is improved.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. The rats probably like it.
Yeah, a few cubes at the market. And...
Cockroaches. Love it.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So, basically, all this happened, and right now the prince has gone to Northrend, the distant land, frozen land, to pursue this evil. Meanwhile, back in the kingdom, we will start in the sort of castle of the kingdom of Lordaeron. And the city. Everything is called Lordaeron right here, actually. It's actually quite true.
There's a tavern called the Lordaeron in the keep of Lordaeron in Lordaeron City.
Yes.
Yes.
They like doing it like that. It's very easy.
Lordaeron.
So, it's a sort of incomes. Well, 2 of the characters we have already So Thijs and Hilde, in comes your character into the keep. And
Well,
Yes.
would
I
you?
imagine that Ether Musk would be the first to arrive,
Yes,
to enter.
if you wish
Because
so.
he is a paladin of the light.
He absolutely is. So you enter the keep, and at this point, I would like you to describe your characters.
Well, first of all, Ether Musk just enters, looks around and says, I am Sir Ether Musk. I am very old. I'm 70 years old.
All right, you realize when you say that the room you enter is totally empty.
Oh.
There's nobody.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's practicing his speech for presenting us to the king.
Sure.
Very important.
I fought in the first war, I fought in the second war. Some people are saying this might just turn out to be the third war. So I'll be a veteran of 3 wars. You can see that I am fairly strong. I have battle scars from multiple battles. I have a pair of, like a bagpipe on my back, slightly modified. And I wear a crest of the Silver Hand. I'm a paladin. The Holy Light.
Yes.
Then I step aside so you can see the next character.
Yeah. And
And this is my
behind him,
companion.
Hilde.
Yeah. I walk through the door, and my character is Soraya. That's an orc and a rogue. So I enter with a cloak over myself so I can hide from people.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, really good idea. And I try to sneak in without, because, I just sneak into the room behind Sir Ether Musk.
All right. So when you enter, you also realize that the room is empty.
Yeah. And I carry on my back, I have a short sword, and I have 2 daggers with me, and a rapier. It's like hidden underneath the cloak, so you can't really see anything. It's just a big brown black thing that enters the room. Looks like a rock, basically.
All right. Yeah, I would assume you're mostly covered in the cloak.
There's just like a pile of blankets.
Yeah, it's just
you can just
sneaking
see
about.
my eyes like.
You do realize if they find you, you will be cruelly executed.
But there's no one here.
No, but there could be. Assume there's someone around here. It's a castle.
True. So true. I didn't think about that.
All right. So you it's a small room you've entered, and there's, as I said, nobody there. And as you've been talking, almost immediately from the other side of the room, a large door opens, and a rather large humanoid walks in. And as you can see his face, he is definitely familiar to Sir Ether. You recognize him as Uther the Lightbringer.
Oh, and of course he has like the hero model, so he's like twice as tall as anyone else.
Exactly. No.
I just crouch down and try to be a rock.
Like I said to Saroya, you should probably meet. Oh, you already. Well, yes. So that's an honor to be in your presence.
It's good to see you, lad.
Ah,
It's been a while.
indeed.
I thought
Playing
you
war, right?
I thought you retired.
War. You can't retire from war. Not when it knocks on your doorstep or your door just rips your door off and pulls you out in the street and forces your face into the mud. That's how it is.
He just sort of looks at you like, yep.
That's war.
Yep. Well, anyway, I am I'm glad you would come here. I've heard you've done some things for the kingdom. I heard about an arrest in Brill and some good things you've done. And I heard you have a little companion. Is that her, him? Who is that?
That is my trusty companion. We fought the undead together. She proved herself a valuable ally. No questions asked.
He reaches out a hand for you, Soraya, and tries to. It's good to meet you.
But she was terribly burned.
Oh.
Blankets.
I slowly get up and I try to reach out my hand underneath the cloak so I can like grab the cloak and like shake my hand.
Shake your own hand?
So
Or shake his?
So he shakes my hand.
Okay, yeah. So you shake your hand. Well, that's interesting. Sure.
She was burned so badly, so it's like, her hand, her skin turned green.
Okay. Well. Anyway, I'm glad you could come. It's the king asked me to call for you, as everyone is sort of busy right now. There's all kinds of undead about, as I'm sure you've noticed. There is others of our order who has betrayed us and has followed the path of Arthas and is purging cities around.
Yes, I heard. Terrible business.
But I've got people on that, so.
Okay, good.
So that's not what you'll be doing.
Right.
Unless you want to.
But, I always appreciate some good exposition.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm here for. Anyway, you should probably head on in. The king wants to talk to you personally.
Yes.
And he just sort of steps to the side and shows you the door he just came from. You can continue via there if you want.
I guess that's sort of like he is above me in rank, but I'm older than him, so it's sort of like.
It's a weird dynamic.
Yeah, it's confusing. You have like a small dance where I sort of like half bow and he sort of like nods, but come on, let's go to the king.
I show him respect and like bow to him.
Just a bunch of blankets just bowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he just nods to you. And you continue to the...
Yeah.
Alright, so you pass through the castle and you get into sort of like a courtyard. There's a big bell above you. And as you continue, there's a wide open space.
Are people throwing rose petals down?
Not at this moment, no. People are quite...
Damn it.
That's not in their priorities.
Are there already rose petals on the floor?
No.
Alright.
And in front of you, a large gate.
Is it closed?
Yes.
Alright, then I walk up to it and push it open like.
Alright.
And walk in.
Do a strength check. First roll of the stream is you trying to opening a gate.
13.
13. Yeah, you get it open like that, but it's not. It doesn't smash up against the walls or anything. It's just like you barely just open both doors and like, whew. All right. And, yeah, just check. And as you enter, you can see a big throne room. You enter immediately, and there are guards all around the sides. It's sort of a round room. And immediately in front of you, or not, in the direction in front of you, is the king on his throne, sort of elevated up, and he's just sitting there chilling, sort of waiting for you to get closer.
So like the Conan style.
Yeah. He's just like literally above everything because he chose to have his chair elevated.
Well, maybe his predecessors did it.
Yeah, maybe. That's possible. So, do you both just walk straight up?
I just say to Saroya, you are about to enter the presence of King Tyrannus of Lordaeron. Try not to show yourself. It's super dangerous. This guy fought the orcs in 2 wars? I don't remember, depending on which game you played.
Should I just go and hide?
No. It's fine. Let's go.
Okay.
Alright, so you
walk up to the king.
Yeah, you walk up to the middle of the room, and he sort of looks up at you and like, Sir Aether, it's good you could come.
When the king calls, I show up.
Yeah. That is good to know. Not everyone is as loyal as that. And I see you brought your companion. I heard quite some words about the stuff you've been up to around the land.
Nothing about the forest, I assume.
No, I don't. I don't think
Good.
so.
Fine.
Anyway, I have a task for you. While this shit's getting crazy, is what he says to me.
Okay, so I get a sense that we are getting like informal now.
Yeah. There's no time for formalities.
Yeah.
I have recently heard that my son might be coming back from his journey to Northrend, which I have mixed feeling. As you know, he has done some questionable things, but he is my son, and I would assume he lived if he's coming back. At least I hope so. You never know with all this undead about.
That's true.
Anyway, the harbor down on the other side of these lands we have lost grip of the area, and our scouts say that there are undead about, and amongst other things. And all of my soldiers are rationing out to the people and helping different places. The paladins are either purging cities or stopping people from purging cities. So it is quite chaotic.
Undead and other things.
Well, let's say the scouts have reported things that we haven't seen before from the undead. So we can't be sure.
Alright, very good. We're just going to go to the harbor, clear all the undead.
Yes, make way for my son to come home.
We can do that.
Perfect.
I just nod.
I have
Sorry,
recently.
King.
He just looks at you like.
By all means.
I wouldn't want you to do this alone. So recently, I have a mercenary came across here, and I figured she might be able to help you. And he looks to the side to one of the doors that are in the one of the sides of the room, and it's opened, and in comes a dwarf.
Ooh.
And
Who could it be?
yeah, look, you can introduce what you look like.
Yes, my name is Bertroka Wolfstrom, and as I am a dwarf, I am fairly short, but don't comment on it. That makes me angry. I am wearing a large fur coat made out of bear skin, a bear which I killed when I was very young myself. I used to live in the forest, you see. The rest of my clothes, my boots is also fur, and it's leather, and I'm wearing a giant battle axe on my back.
Also made of bear fur.
Oh, not made of bear fur. It is made of steel. Bear fur is not very effective when killing enemies. I've tested that. I also have a light hammer and a couple of javelins.
All right.
I just assumed you say that out loud as you enter.
Yes, I also have the javelin. I don't know.
You're so theatric.
I don't know how to introduce myself.
You're off.
You will find out. My personality speaks for itself. It's quite grand.
Oh, we need that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm ready to slay some undead.
Well, that's quite good.
That's a job.
Yeah. So she enters, and I assume you will all introduce yourselves on your own time, and well, time's of the essence. So you better get to it.
Right now?
Yes.
Yes, I assume you know where the
Let's go murder some dead people.
Oh, I thought you meant the introduction.
No, please, you do not need to introduce yourselves in front of me.
No, please.
Do we not?
I already heard the dwarf's introduction when she got to me first. It's quite long. So just do that in your own time. I assume the two of you have horses, right?
Of course.
All right, great. And
Nice without a horse.
Berthroga, there's just ask the stable master when you get out there. I'm sure he'll have something for you. What?
Otherwise, it can run very fast.
Yeah, we'll figure something out there.
Wonderful.
So yeah, you best leave.
Your command will be done.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And he just sort
I just keep nodding. I don't say anything.
The king thinks that's a weird pile of rocks.
Maybe it's magical.
So you go out where you came in, and through the rooms and the courtyard and all that, and you exit, and you see the city. You're elevated. You're still at the castle, so there's some stairs, large stairs going down. And from here you can see sort of civilians, peasants, and soldiers going around carrying supplies, and it's not a pretty sight. There's mud, there's dirt, there's blood. People are so
disgusting. I always hate people in the city. They don't dress up nice.
I hate people.
Yeah. Let's get out of here. Let's get a horse for you, Berthroga.
Go.
Alright, so you go down the stairs and into sort of the main square of the city.
We know the stable boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to go to the stables, you'll have to go outside of the gates. And while you're still inside, there's of course shops and taverns and to the left and right of you while you're in the courtyard.
Wonderful alcohol.
You need to buy alcohol.
How much? Is it cheap?
It could be cheap.
Oh.
Wait.
The more logical part of me says that I probably need a horse.
I need one thing though. I want to go to the flower shop and buy a lot of rose petals.
Sure. So as you come down, you see to the right of you there's a sign with a big flower on it, and there's a guy like sort of carrying boxes outside of the shop right now.
Just walk up to him. Hello, young man. Are you selling rose petals?
No, unfortunately, I've had to close the shop recently.
Such bad luck.
Yes, you see, people don't have any money, and flowers aren't really the most important thing for people right now.
So you can't sell me rose petals?
Well, I assume I can probably find some. I'll take any money you have.
All right.
He sort of goes through some boxes. Any specific color of rose?
Rose red.
Rose red. Okay. He goes through some boxes. There. He finds a box, and he just sort of. How much did you want again?
How much do you have?
Well, I have this box.
Well, I want that box then.
All right.
I think that's the easiest way to do this.
That'll be 5 gold pieces.
Fine. Here you go. I just throw them at his feet. Take the box.
He looks very surprised that you would accept that deal.
I'm busy. I am on a mission for the king.
He just sort of stumbles down and takes the coins and thank you.
Light bless you. King's honor.
You too. And he puts them in his pocket, and he sort of a bit more happy than before he walks into the shop. And you now have a box of rose petals.
Perfect. I'll put them in my bag.
All right.
Nice.
Anything else you wish to do?
Well, I need a horse.
Yeah.
We'll get that in the stable.
I need to go to the stable.
It looks like you have enough weapons.
Yes.
And, well, we haven't introduced anyone, but we can do that later. It's not important.
It's not important to introduce anyone.
No, of course not.
Why would I need to know? You're basically just a meat shield anyway.
Exactly. How many wars did you fight in?
Not very much. I've basically just been on my own. I've been a sailor, have been out on the sea very much. When I was a child, I was picked up by sailors from the forest. I did not have any parents, and since then, I have been traveling with my crew until, unfortunately, one day an undead got on board our ship, infected all of my crew, had to jump into the ocean, swim to the nearest tavern, and then I've been drinking for 40 years straight.
40 years?
40 years.
Well,
Dwarves are very old.
well, I guess you that's good enough.
Yes.
I'm Ether Musk. This is my companion, Saroya. Don't be alarmed by her appearance when we get outside of town.
Oh.
No questions. Let's go to the stable. Come on.
Okay, let's just go to the stable.
I have a horse there. You can probably buy one.
Yeah.
You head out towards the main gate, and guards on either side of you. And as you leave, you can see on the left there's the stables with some different horses. Not too many. You can see your personal horses, which would be a fine brown horse and a large pure black war horse that looks basically like it's gotten steroid injections all over. And it looks real angry.
It appears they've done what we asked them to do.
No.
Is there any guards around?
There's single guard standing around the stables right now.
Okay.
I pick up a pebble and then throw it so he'll turn away from us.
I just run over to my horse and I shout out, "Buttercup, I missed you."
All right, you do that, and the horse, that being the large black war horse,
Yep.
just sort of, it really looks angry. It just looks intensely at the ground.
Holy shit.
Doesn't react to you, your affection.
Give it some more steroids.
Is there any grass around there?
Not right here. It's just mud.
Damn it. Okay.
I whistle for my horse. Azeroth, come over here. Woo.
Yes, and the fine brown horse runs happily towards you. And
big smile.
stops right. Yeah, they are the polar opposites of each other. And other than that, there's a few horses left, and the stable master is just sort of moving some hay.
Okay.
Almost slipping in the mud.
Yes.
Aphroka, why don't you go and ask that man for a horse?
Yes.
You're working for the king. You should just give your horse.
Yes.
Shouldn't have to
I
pay.
will go to the stable master and ask him for a horse. Very gladly, of course.
All right. Yeah.
So I go over to the stable master.
Yep. And he's just a pretty average-looking human
Yes.
male, just moving some. Can I help you, Miss Dwarf?
Yes. I require a horse. The king has promised me that you'll give me one.
Ah, the king. Yes, he did mention something. Not to disrespect, but do your kind need a horse or a pony?
Oh.
If you speak to me like that again, I will remodel your face with my fist.
I will give you the biggest horse we have. And he sort of turns around. And
Good God.
he looks at
Is it
the
taller than the black one?
well, there's 3 horses behind him right now, and he's sort of like, look, he's real panicked right now. He's like, he wants to, which one? And 2 of the horses are about the same size as your brown horse, Sir Aether. So a pretty average adult horse.
But it's huge. It's like the Trojan horse.
And the last horse is slightly bigger, but also looking real old. Like it's like all gray. It's basically got a full beard of just like a wizard's beard. It's sort of a, well, you never know what steroids they give these horses. So he's just sort of panicked, like, oh, biggest one. You can take old Betsy over there. And he points at the.
Old Betsy.
Yeah, I'll get her saddled up for you.
The one with the wizard beard.
The one who was old.
Yeah, I promise.
There's nothing wrong with being old.
I promise she's a good horse. And he sort of runs over and gets her saddled and starts putting all the equipment on there. And yeah, it's and he just sort of smacks it to make it walk over towards you, and it really lazily just like walks over. And yeah. There you go. You can.
Wonderful.
Is this your first horse, Petroga?
How long will this horse survive?
Ah, she's done me well for 20 years. It's.
Yes, but will she do me well for 5 more, or is she just going to pass out and die and basically be horse meat for a group to devour?
Well, with all the stuff we feed them, it's sort of unpredictable.
Well, I cannot have this old horse. It's going to die pretty fast, I assume.
Well, I suppose you can have one of the other ones if you.
I will take one of the younger ones.
Oh, the
Stronger ones.
All right, yes. But I just got the saddle on, and he starts taking.
Take it off again.
By the night.
And oh yes, and he takes it off again. Starts putting on one of the smaller and younger horses, and there you go. It's a bit more uppity when it walks towards you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, young sir. You will get to keep your limbs.
Thank you.
But we're keeping the other horse as well.
What? But
it's already settled. Don't make a fuss about this. We are busy. We are on a very important mission from the king.
Oh, well, all right. And he just hands you the.
All right, over the reins. Yeah. King's honor.
No, King's honor.
Very good.
Yes, we will ride off.
So, you will ride directly towards the harbor.
Unless someone needs anything else.
No, there's barely any people around.
Well, maybe, just maybe, we should go to Scarlet Monastery first and level up a bit.
Well, it's up there, but it's quite a detour.
Nah, we'll go to the harbor.
All right. Well, the harbor is a bit away. It's straight north, so it's not too hard to navigate.
I assume there are signposts.
Yeah. Well, you can ride towards Brill, would be the first sign. And since that's straight on the way, if you want to just ride that way.
Sure, we will go by the fastest road.
All right. So you.
I'm familiar with this country. I've lived here several years. I should know the way to the harbor.
All right. So you start riding north, and that takes some time. It's very desolate, this place. In the distance, sort of to the northeast, you can see what appears to be still some embers and some smoke from some sort of fire that happened recently.
Could have done this.
And in the distance, you can at this point see, after it's been like an hour of just boring riding through this land, you can see Brill in the distance.
There's nothing happening on the road. No refugees, no nothing.
Not at this point.
Not even...
Are you riding? Are you taking the lead, Sir Ether?
Sure.
All right.
You know the way, so.
I am the pathfinder.
Would you like to follow the road towards the town, or do you want to do the very direct way and ride just around it?
Actually, on the way, I want to wait for a moment where we're sort of like alone on the road with no other travelers inside.
Sure, that comes very easy.
Then turn to Berthorga. Berthorga, it is time for you to know the true identity of my companion, so it will not surprise you in battle.
You mean that rock riding the horse?
Yes, for she is no mere rock.
She is
Sawaya, reveal yourself. Show yourself.
Okay, I slowly take off the cloak off my head and reveals what kind of race I am. But
do not be surprised.
Yeah, but Throga,
yes.
Don't be scared. I am an orc, but I am one of the good guys.
I do not believe you.
Well,
roll initiatives.
Convince me.
Well, you see that Sir Musk, he halfway trusts me now, so...
Halfway.
Yes.
And I will tell you, I am slow to trust, but yet this orc has wormed her way into my heart.
Sounds adorable.
We've been doing some fights together, and yeah, I don't expect you to trust me straight away, but I will build your trust on this trip.
I will hold you to that.
Thank you.
Otherwise, you see this large great axe I have.
And by the way, thanks for not like screaming.
I don't. It takes a lot to surprise me. Might also be because I'm still a little bit drunk. I'm always a little bit drunk.
Okay.
I'm glad that that's out of the way. Now we should continue.
All right. You head straight north, I assume. And you ride past Brill, unless you want to go in, of course. But the more direct, yeah. And still, like, Brill seems to be doing all right for themselves, as opposed to everything else. Like, there's actually people in there walking around. You can see as you ride past.
Yeah, but they're so ugly.
But
so country's ugly.
Yes.
Gross.
And you ride for about as you ride a few
weeks.
No, not quite.
You
ride like 30 minutes past Brill. And let's see here. All right, in the distance as you are riding, you can see something on the pathway. It's still quite far away. It looks like sort of something small, about if a human crouched down. And there's a few of them. You can do perception checks if you wanna see better. All of you can, if you want.
Yeah.
So look at what you do now is we roll a d20, and then you add your wisdom modifier.
Oh.
And if you're proficient with perception, then you add another 2.
Yes, let me just see my stats.
And I get 4 total.
4?
I get 19.
Which did we roll? Was it the
D20.
D20? Okay. I rolled a 9. So plus my wisdom, and I am proficient in perception. So my wisdom is it just my wisdom is 13, and then there's a +1.
Yeah, so it's just a +1.
Okay, so 9 plus 13. That's +1, 23.
Wait, what? What did you roll?
Not the 13, just the +1.
Yeah, just
the
the modifier.
Just the modifier, okay. And then it's 14.
14. Okay.
14, yes.
I don't see shit. I'm just.
Yeah, you put your hand
blind.
up, but you cannot see anything at all. You almost go blind from your hand. You slightly cover your eyes with that hand, so you can't really see.
Can't see anything.
But Roger, you see in the distance something that is definitely humanoids, sort of crouching down and moving their hands up towards, and Soraya, you see very clearly, it must be your orc eyes, that that these are undead creatures. You would know them as ghouls, and they are eating a corpse currently. There's 4 of them.
Soraya, friend or foe?
It's a foe.
How do you know?
It's like a ghoul eating a human. So we have to like go
Kill
it or something. But I can try and sneak up to it. Like stab it in the back or something.
Alright. That's what we're going to do.
Sounds
Roger
much
and
smarter.
I will stay here and watch you.
Yes. Sounds
Yes.
much smarter than what I would do.
So
Yeah.
I try to use my stealth and sneak up.
Alright. I assume you get off the horse.
Yeah, of course, get off the horse. I forgot about that.
Alright.
Sneak on my horse. Sneak for it's just horse.
Takes up the
Shit.
Well, do a stealth check then.
Yeah. 18.
18. Okay.
Roger, now we're going to see first class stuff. The ghoul will not know what hit it. It's trained with the syndicates of Hillspread, surely.
I understand. It's very impressive.
Alright, as you sneak up towards them, one of the ghouls just immediately stops eating and just looks up straight at you.
Oh shit.
And just like,
It might be looking at her, but it might not mean that it has seen her.
and then it just immediately makes this like unhuman scream, and it just starts running on like all 4s towards you. And the rest of the ghouls sort of like surprised look around like, what the?
Damn it!
Get back here, leaving.
How close is it? Like how close did I get to it?
You got fairly close. It's about probably 20 feet away from you.
Okay, I pick up one of my daggers and try and throw at it.
Alright, I'll give you that that one before the actual.
Just to like defend myself.
Do an attack roll then.
Roger, that is a classic opening. Throwing down.
11.
Solid strategy.
11, that does
Is it
not.
plus anything? No.
Well, yeah, you throw your dagger.
Yeah, so it's +2, so.
Oh, sure. Well, it's still.
Yeah.
What is it?
Shit! Guys, come and help me!
Well, I
My horse!
Well, would it be a good idea to immediately come in with my bad legs?
Well, all of you will have to roll initiatives now.
Alright. So
How do
look
I
at
do
this.
that?
1d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Plus my dexterity. Okay. I have a +1 in dexterity, and then it's a 13, so it's a 14. That's my modifier. Or what? Help.
So it's whatever you rolled plus your modifier.
It's whatever I roll plus my modifier.
Unless
Okay.
your modifier is -1.
Oh my god.
I rolled a 15 plus my modifier, then it's only my modifier, right?
Yes.
Okay, my modifier on dexterity is 1, so it's 16.
16. So, Ether, what did you roll?
I rolled a 10, but I have -1 in dexterity, so that's a 9. The old bones. Oh.
And Soraya?
I rolled I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, okay.
And then I had 2, so 3.
Well,
It's just fallen.
Pretty much.
Well, that's also part of the tactics.
falling on the ground on your face. It's
They
a
call it feigned death.
Alright.
She doesn't know it doesn't work in somethings. Or ghouls.
Let's see here.
What is happening?
I'm
Well,
just writing down the initiatives.
Waiting for combat to commence.
Yes.
Would be pretty sucky if we died right now.
That would be very unfortunate.
There's some lag on the server, and then when the spike is over, we're all dead.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Alright, so the ghoul that was charging towards you, Sarah, is gonna keep doing it, and it sort of jumps up and goes for a bite
Oh.
at you. And
shit.
let's see. What is your armor class?
15.
Alright, well, then it sort of like jumps and it just sort of glides off you. Like it
So pull up a blanket.
it's sort
like,
of, yeah.
Falls off again like.
You sort of dodge it to the side.
Ooh.
Well done.
Then Berthroga, what would you like to do?
Well,
Go was proud.
I would attack it instantly.
The one that charged for.
The one that charged Hilde.
Alright.
It must die.
Alright, so you just run up and swing your axe, I suppose.
Yes. I
Alright,
swing that.
then make an attack roll, which is your d20.
I must roll my d20. Okay, what do I need? Which modifier do I need to add?
So
That's your
it's your strength
perfect.
Okay, it's my strength. Good.
and
Then
proficiency.
we roll. Oh my god, it's a 3.
Okay.
That's my strength modifier. What's my strength modifier? It's
Not enough,
it's a total of 6. So
Alright, so you sort of run up towards it and you do pretty much the same thing that the ghoul did. And just sort of like misses right
No more
beside
acid
it.
hitting you, sure.
Yeah.
well, that went terribly.
God, people are incompetent.
I just woke up, man.
And
We're just disappointed Elon Musk.
Ether Musk. God damn it.
Elon Musk.
one of the ghouls who were a bit behind with and still eating sort of starts running towards you now, but doesn't quite reach you yet. And Sir Ether, what would you like to do?
It appears that, once again, the old warrior has to pick up the mantle of success, carry it forward, the torch of hope. I will charge the ghoul that attacked Saroya, and I will use Burning Smite. I think it's called Searing Smite.
Alright, go for it.
Holy flames leap from my wall as I charge forward. Come on, Azeroth, we can do it.
Yep.
Get closer, and then I swing the hammer. Go for it.
Alright.
Hit hard. It's not too bad. 18.
18.
Ah!
Okay. Yeah, you hit it.
Yeah. Grab after. That's how you do it!
So let's see some damage.
Alright, so that's 2d6 plus 1d6 fire damage. So that is. And plus 2, so that's a 10. And since it's an undead. Oh, wait, that's. That was right. Okay, so it's just 10 damage. 10
damage. Alright, so you ride towards it and it just sort of swings.
Like sparks fly all over the place. That's how you do it!
And you get a very good hit in. Like, you hit around like the chest area and the shoulder, and you basically just hit its arm off.
I was so caught up in it that I forgot where I put my pencil.
So you see the arm flying off, and it sort of falls back. It's still alive, or I guess not alive. I guess it's undead, but it's still there. It's not.
It's still on its feet.
Yes.
It's still moving.
Yes. All right. One of the other ghouls that were eating also starts running towards Soraya, but doesn't quite reach her.
Just anime style.
Running in slow-mo.
And the same with the last one. Starts running, but it's too far.
So there are 4?
Yep.
Good God. I found my pencil.
Say, Soraya,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
I'll start running up to the ghoul.
The one that's already been attacked?
Yeah.
Alright.
And I'll try and hit it with my short sword.
Go for it.
Just looking for the weapons. Not bad. Yeah. Short sword. Yeah, that might work. Yeah.
13.
13?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that you barely miss it.
Ah.
Damn it.
It's just like it's on the ground, it's sort of laying down, and you run up and sort of just swings the short sword and just barely misses its neck.
Well,
Unlucky.
You're doing good work.
I'm not doing anything. I'm angry.
And
if nothing else, you're getting exercise.
and immediately the that ghoul sort of just takes a swing back at you. And let's see.
Would it hit?
What was your armor class? I need to write this down.
15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Then it again misses.
Yes.
You're so lucky.
Just nothing's happening. That's right. So it's with the claw, and it just sort of swipes
It's a
up at you.
beautiful
But
dance.
yeah,
Yeah. Nice.
Wonderful.
it's still quite beat up. Can't quite figure out what to do when it only has one arm. So
It's out of hand. How will I ever play the fiddle again?
all right, Bethroga,
Yes.
let us see.
Well, the ghoul running towards me. Is there a ghoul running towards me right now?
They're running towards your general direction. 3 of them.
Okay. Can I toss a javelin at it?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Let's see. So, yeah. What do I need to roll then? I know nothing.
So you do a d20 again.
Yes.
That's the basic.
Okay, that's
die
just
for
the basic.
basically everything. Almost.
Yeah. It's an 18. So,
All right. Yep, that is definitely a hit.
Yeah.
And then you roll.
Your first hit.
Yes.
You
Woo! And then you roll damage. I do not know what a javelin does?
A javelin has an attack bonus of +5, and it's 1d6 plus 3. It's the damage type.
1d6 plus 3. Alright, then you roll a d6.
It's a 6.
A 6
plus 3.
plus 3.
That's a 9.
Alright, so the ghoul charging towards you, and you just aim right down and perfectly like hit it
through the mouth.
No, not quite, but through the very thin but still sort of remaining stomach. You hit it through, and it sort of incapacitated a bit. Like the fuck, you almost irritated.
Yeah, they're talkative.
And wow, this fits perfectly. That same ghoul, while being hit, it can still run. So it retaliates and runs straight towards you, and it's very happy that it has something that's not that much larger than itself to bite after. So it runs up and tries and bites you. Let's see here.
Classic tactic.
What is your armor class?
My armor class, that's a 14.
Alright. Then it hits you. It's sort of...
And your first... Your first damage in D&D?
Yes, that's my first damage.
Good times. And you take 4 piercing damage.
4 piercing damage.
Yes.
So that needs to be subtracted from my current hit points, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I have 31 hit points left.
So it sort of bites down around your arm, but it's not too bad.
Okay.
I can't get through the bear fur. It's just so thick.
Yeah, the bear fur.
While that's happening, Ethan sort of leans down. You're doing great work.
And with that, it is your turn.
My turn.
Yes.
All right. So we have 2 engaged in melee combat.
Yeah.
And 2 running towards us.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to use a feature of my Oath of the Crown.
All right.
It is called Champion Challenge. As a bonus action, you issue a challenge that compels other creatures to do battle with you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't willingly move more than 30 feet away from you. Blah, 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 blah. So basically, I want to taunt them. All of them.
All right.
Just, you fiendish creatures of the night! Fight me! I have the light in my hand! And I hold up a holy symbol or something.
Yeah, well, they definitely all fail their saving throws.
Alright, and then I charge my horse away from the others, sort of into the woods off the side of the road.
Okay, sure. And the ghouls that were charging just sort of looks over towards you like, and just starts.
Yes, come on, girl.
Yeah, and just starts sprinting towards you. And if you're riding, they can't catch you on horseback.
All right, so I can kite them.
If you keep just running.
Well, maybe I could just ride in circles around the others.
Just attack them when they get close.
If a creature, I can't get more than 30 feet away from them.
All right.
Otherwise, the spell ends. So
but you can still try to keep.
I will move 30 feet away from the rest and just have them swarm after me, maybe.
Sure. And that is exactly what they do. The 2 of the ghouls that still wasn't engaged just stops everything and just runs towards you instead of everyone else. And Soraya, then it would be you again.
One of them's knitting a sweat and just drops down. I'll get you.
So every ghoul is like chasing Sir Musk now, right?
Yeah, but the two that are engaged in melee hasn't gotten that far yet.
Okay.
You would still be able to catch those if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just run after after the one I tried to attack first and the second time.
Sure.
And tries to stab him in the back with a rapier.
So new weapon again. No, not this. This time. This will work.
Make an attack roll then.
Yes. Come on. God damn it. No, it's a miss. It's 8.
Alright. You run up towards it and sort of just try and stab it, and the rapier just sort of misses and goes into the ground. And, it's not too good.
From the horse. Come on, you can do better than that.
I don't know what's happening to me today.
Should get the backpipe.
And the ghoul with the missing arm starts catching up speed and going for Sir Aether, but can't catch you yet.
Just like clawing at the horse tail, but just.
And Berthroga, they're all chasing Sir Aether. You would be able to reach the one that's furthest behind with a melee attack, but you can hit all of them with a ranged if you want.
What is a ranged attack for me? I'm a berserker, so
like a javelin, for example, if you want to throw something.
I think I want to go for the one that's furthest behind.
All right.
I'm thinking like making a grand jump with my battle axe and try to cleave it in two.
Sure.
Roll to cleave in two.
Yeah, I will cleave it in two so that it never returns. If I roll something good. Okay. An attack roll, right?
You just jump straight up and...
I just jump, I pull my battle axe from my bag and then I jump straight up and jump so far that I'll reach the ghoul and cleave it in two. Yeah, that's my general plan.
Alright, then I am going to ask you to do an athletics check.
An athletics check. Oh my god. I'm proficient in athletics.
Nice.
So
So it's a... I assume you have it written down, so it's a d20.
So I need to roll a d20?
Yes.
Okay, I roll a d20. It's a 15.
It's 15?
Yeah,
Alright,
d20.
plus your strength modifier.
Plus my strength modifier.
And your proficiency, so...
My strength modifier is 3.
Alright. Okay. Well, that's pretty good then.
Nice.
Then you can do the attack roll. You jump up and you get real high. Or jump straight from the horse.
Majestically fly through the air with my battle axe. Closer to the ghoul and...
Sure. And then, yeah, do the attack roll.
So now we see if you actually...
Yeah.
The attack roll, is that a d20?
Yep.
Yes, okay, then I'll see if I hit. Okay, please. It's a 17!
Alright, that is a hit, no matter what you...
Wonderful.
Then roll the damage for the battle axe. I do not know what that is.
Yes,
like
that max, that's 1d12 plus 3.
Nice.
It's a 10.
10 plus 3?
Yeah, 13.
13? Oh. So you actually do exactly as you intended. And just jump from your horse and just cleave it in half.
It's glorious.
Yeah.
It shall never move again.
Yeah, it just crumbles apart.
I love when a good plan comes together.
Then I do a victory dance.
Alright.
I am very satisfied, very pleased.
So, then one of the other ghouls that's still chasing So you thought this is a good tactic you have here.
Actually,
this one speeds up, and it's almost reaching you now. So you might not be able to keep this up forever, but let's see if it's long enough. And with that, it's your turn then. Will you keep riding, or will you?
Well, I guess I should. To sort of. On the other hand, there are what?
So there's 3 left, and the 2 that are closest to you are looking real beat up. One of them still has like a javelin in the stomach, and the other is missing an arm.
Well, I suppose. You know what? I think this plan has already paid off some. So I'm going to turn the horse around and say, now it's time to do what I was born to do. And I raise my maul and just stare out into 1,000 distant battlefields, and then I charge. I don't even look at the ghouls, I just charge.
All right.
And with my muscle memory and everything controlled.
And then you do that scream, that exact scream.
All right, go for it.
All right, that is 7.
7. All right. So you lean down and take a swing.
No, actually, I don't even attack. I just go past it.
You realize that you can't. You realize that you couldn't get a good swing, so you're just like, nope. I meant to do this, and just
some experience that I know this is not good. I want to embarrass myself.
All right.
And I'm just looking at the horse coming against me, like what?
Well, actually, so I guess I'm in melee range of.
Yeah, so they would both get.
Yeah,
like if.
But you know what?
What?
I don't know how much move speed I have left, but if I have, then I want to move away again, sort of like turn away. To lead them away, and even if they get attacks of opportunity, I can take it.
All right.
The light protects me.
So you ride towards them, and then at the last second you try and turn away.
Yeah, I like pull on the reins, like and try to make a U-turn, or maybe a J-turn. So like the front just stop, and the back of it turns around, and There's an amazing horsemanship go, or maybe.
Well, if you want to be that fancy with it, maybe an animal handling check.
All right. That's a 3.
That's a 3, all right. So you pull the reins, and the horse just stops with its front legs, and just sort of, it has had so much speed that its backside just like tumbles over. So you just fly like straight off the horse.
Is he flying my direction?
And one of the ghouls, while you're in the air, takes a swipe at you.
But is he flying my direction?
Catch me!
You're not quite there, Hilde. You're still a bit away. He doesn't fly like no gravity through the air. He just. Goodbye, friends.
I'm in space.
The ghoul jumps up and misses. I don't even need to ask your armor class on this one, but you know what? I will. Anyway, 17. Yeah, that's definitely. Maybe it was sort of low gravity.
Pauldron, so just.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing big happened on that one. All right. The ghoul that was furthest towards you now can come in range.
Great.
So yeah, it runs towards you and just takes a swipe.
I'm still sitting on the ground, just. So you come ready. All right, come on. I'm ready.
And it runs towards you and takes a big swing, and it just hits across your chest plate, but it doesn't actually penetrate anything. Now it would be Soraya.
Yes. How far away am I?
About 15 feet maybe. So you can get there and attack if you want.
Yeah. So there's one at Sir Musk, right? That just attacked.
Yeah, well, they're all pretty much just around him.
Just landed
Like
when,
when the horse just sort of tumbled over, it was right by them. So
okay.
There's 3 just around him.
Yeah, I'll just try and attack.
Still 2 of them looking real beat up, and 1 looking healthy as all. As you could imagine, it could. Yeah.
I'll run up to the one that lost its arm.
Yeah.
And I'll swing my short sword.
Okay, short sword again. You keep like alternating between the weapons. Maybe this one will work.
Yeah, I have to try, you know.
Go for it.
Do you want to borrow my hammer?
That is 16.
Alright, you hit.
Hey!
Roll for damage.
D6. 6.
6. Alright.
Yeah.
You swing down and you just slice. What?
Do I take his other arm?
Do you want to aim for the other arm?
Yeah, let's go for it. And he has no arms.
No. You swing towards and cut his other arm off, and with that he just sort of like falls down to the ground. He is
on his knees crying.
Yeah. No, he is not just undead anymore. Now he is dead.
Oh.
He's just dead.
With 2 missing arms.
Nice.
Well done. I'm proud of you.
It was
I'm like, yay!
Respectable.
Then Bethroga.
Yes. Where am I in all this? Like, where is Ethan Musk and where are the other ghouls?
So the ghouls are, one is in front and one is behind Zoetha, and you're like 10 feet away. You can get there.
Okay.
Fast.
Well, then I guess I must run to Sir Ether and try to help because he's kind of in trouble right now. I think
I'm never in trouble. What? Are you implying something? Just because I'm old.
Do you go for the one behind him that looks hurt, or the one in front of him that looks, well?
I think that I will go for the strong one. We deal with the hurt one later.
Alright, sure. You just run with your axe, I suppose.
I'm running with my axe.
Alright, make an attack roll.
Attack roll, yes. Really wish I had some real dice.
Yeah, we'll have to get you some.
My attack roll is an 18.
Alright, you hit.
Yay.
So let's see that damage.
Want to cleave it in 2. Again. Okay, damage, that's...
Cleaved into quarters.
D12. Oh, my D12 it's a 4 plus 3, so it's 7.
Alright, so 7. So you run up and hit towards it, and you try to cleave it again, but it doesn't go all the way through. But you get a solid hit.
Wonderful.
You go like halfway through the spine.
Yeah. Yes.
Alrighty. And then the ghoul that still has the javelin through its stomach is behind Sir Musk, and
Sir Musk
tries to sort of go up behind you and take a bite at your neck.
You can try. I present that neck. Come on, do your best.
Its brain has rotted away to the point where it mistakes your pauldron for your neck. So it just takes a bite of that and like
It pails its head on the That's like an eagle with a beak just...
Not quite, but it certainly doesn't get through. And then it would be you, Sir Musk.
Alright, I take my hammer and just throw it on the ground and just, alright, let's do this. And I try to punch him in the face.
The one that just took a bite at you?
Yes.
Alright. Sure, go for it.
It's wedged. So that is 14.
You hit.
Oh, thank God. So that would be just 1 plus my strength, so that's 3 damage.
And you just hit it like right in the jaw, and as you do that, it's sort of the point where it was already like hit with the javelin. It breaks apart. You hit it so hard that it, like the force just rips it apart in the middle. And
what happens is just hit it and just falls apart and flies away.
Yeah.
God.
The low gravity again, it just flies.
Nice, like a balloon.
I wanted to play the violin, but these hands were made for killing.
And then the one ghoul
Like
that's
smoke
left.
coming from the fist.
The one ghoul that's left just sees you hit. I don't know if the taunt is still in effect.
I suppose it is.
Alright, well then it would see you hit its friend and try to retaliate by also not even a slash, it actually like makes a fist and tries to hit you.
Oh my God. Badass Google.
Let's see. And it misses. Or it hits your pauldron again. Your pauldrons are getting real beat up, but you yourself are fine. So just sort of...
Let's get this fixed.
Soraya,
Yes.
there's one ghoul left. It's not looking too good.
Kill it.
Strangle
And
it.
Oh. Well,
Murder it.
I have big hands.
Disembowel it.
I mean, you can do anything.
Your
Yeah.
weapons have deserted you, now use your fist.
Yes. I'll try and like, since it's an undead or a ghoul, whatever, I'll try to hit it through the stomach with my fist.
Alright.
Grab its heart. And
I
it's
respect you all. You are very violent. I guess.
Sure, make an attack.
Make it pour your blood.
Come on. 13?
Nope, that's just one shot,
Ah,
I think.
damn it.
So you hit towards it, but it's so thin that you just barely miss it with your fist.
Can I just like drop to the ground like, ah?
Sure.
I think she's like praying to the whole light. And, oh, finally, she's seeing the way of the light.
Bethroga.
Yes. So there was one ghoul left.
Yes.
That's the one with the.
It's the one you almost cleaved in half.
It's one I almost cleaved in half. Okay, then it just has to die. I will try
With a
again.
yank.
You'll try again. Sure.
I will try to cleave it in half again.
Alright, make an attack roll.
I will make it. It's a 16.
Alright, that's a hit.
Yay. Okay, and then I need to and think it's a 2 plus a 3. It's a 5.
Like it, yeah. You get a swing through. It doesn't seem to be the most powerful swing you've ever, but since its spine is already like halfway cut, you manage to actually cleave it.
Yes.
Yay!
So you just swing past it, and then the wind from the blow just makes it fall apart.
Yeah. So the battlefield is quite a sight. It's 2 cleaved ghouls
I
and
am
one
very
with missing
pleased about all of the
arms.
blood.
I left them alive. No.
No, they're
one
gone.
dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now they're all dead.
Yeah.
Glorious battlefield.
I'm going straight away and pick up my one of my daggers that I threw
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Can I pick my javelin out of the ghoul's gut?
Sure.
Okay, great. And I have 4 javelins again.
It just races above your head.
A javelin in one hand, a battle axe in the other.
I pull out a spine from one of the ghouls and just whip it.
Yes, and then I drink the bone marrow.
Jesus.
Sorry.
I mean, for the holy light. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Well,
desensitized to this stuff when you've been in war for so long.
Once again, the battlefield, I guess it was, is now as deserted as the rest of the land seems. So yeah.
Good. Victory.
Onwards! Woohoo!
On to the horses.
Do you get on your
Just in case, these ghouls, are they like Gollum, will just a loincloth, or do they actually seem to have maybe valuables, maybe pockets?
No, they basically have like a loincloth and like a very tattered shirt.
But what about the corpse they ate on?
Oh yeah.
You can check that.
Good point.
We have to check that.
We will check the corpse. Loot the corpse. Loot the corpse.
CSI. I want to make can I see how did this person die?
Do a medicine check. I know that's how it works now.
This man. For fuck's sake. Okay, +2. So that's a 4.
A 4?
This man. He's not dead.
You walk over and you think he might be dead.
I'm not sure. I'm searching for a pulse.
Yeah. No, there's nothing.
No life in this body.
No.
So what does it look like? Is there blood all over the place, or?
Well, yeah, his gut is basically opened up and have been eaten from. It's quite grotesque, but I'm sure all of you are pretty much used to that.
I thrive on it. I thrive on war.
Yeah, but he's human by the looks of it. His face is still intact, and he looks fairly young, maybe like in his early 20s. Yeah, he's wearing.
I wonder what his name was. I searched his pockets for a wallet. Come on.
He does not have a wallet.
Damn it.
You do find a picture.
Oh.
Of.
I unfolded.
It's like. Yeah, it's like a picture of what you would. Lining it up, you can see that it's him. And it is also a female beside him. Sort of actually a high elf.
He was a family man. I think.
Yeah. And it looks sort of, well, as you would imagine, they've gotten it taken by some fairly new gnomish technology. So
it's an actual picture.
It's an actual picture.
Oh. What is this? This is so well
But
painted.
with sort of, sort of brownish, faded in color.
I'm going to keep this. If we find, I'll just show it to us. If we find an elf that looks like this, we have to tell her.
Yes.
We have to find the owner of this man.
The owner of the man.
I assume you check all the pockets, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So in his other pocket, you actually find a necklace. Let me just find it.
Strange place to have a necklace. Maybe he's a thief.
It's and you take it out, and it's sort of it looks fairly elegant, and it's golden, and it's got a what looks to be a valuable stone of some kind. You don't know.
Fedora, you're a dwarf. Do you know? Do you think this is worth it? I mean, it's gold.
You can do just a straight wisdom roll.
Okay, what is that? Is that a d20?
Yeah, and then just your wisdom modifier on top.
So let's see. An 18, and my wisdom modifier is +1, so it's 19.
Alright. You realize that this is actually a nicely cut, fine red ruby. That's in the...
Yes. It is very valuable. It is worth stealing. Although I suppose it's not really worth stealing when he is dead.
That is a point.
Yes. Let's take it. I demand that we take it. I like taking things. I really
We can
like.
sell it and then share the coin.
Yes.
It would be fair to share it. But for record, I'm going to donate my share to the Church of the Holy Light.
I will not donate mine to anything. I need it for booze.
This is also fair.
I have not been drinking in 2 hours. It's terrible.
Holy Light.
Yeah, well...
So we don't find anything else of this card.
No, that was it.
Under normal circumstances, I would say that we should bury him. But this is a strange situation. The dead walk. So if we bury him, he might as well just claw himself out of the grave again, and we will waste it.
But
Better to save the living.
Should we just do a double stab in his head in case he wakes up again?
Can I cleave him in
that?
two?
Make an attack roll.
Well, all right.
With advantage. He is just a corpse laying still.
Okay.
Because then we're safe that he doesn't wake up as an
Okay.
undead.
We should pierce his heart with a stake or something.
Cleave him in 4.
So,
All right.
yeah, you can do the attack roll if you want.
Yes.
With advantage means that you roll twice and then you take the highest.
Okay. Then the first one is a 7. I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is 11.
Alright, and then plus your... Yeah, well, again, he's just... So you manage to just cut through. I mean, if you just cut through the middle, his gut is already gone. It's basically just a spine you are cutting through, so you're fine.
I don't think he will be returning anytime soon.
Well, if he does, he will be a lot slower. That's for sure.
But now we could bury him.
Now we can bury him.
That was not the point. The point was we don't have time to bury.
Do we need to dig 2 graves? Just one.
Okay, let's go.
I think the living need our help.
Yeah.
But just for the record, under normal circumstances, yes, of course we would bury this poor man, but right now we don't have the time.
Okay.
Get on your horses.
Where is my horse?
They're just chilling to
Farah,
the side.
I will entrust you with the necklace. Here you go.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Oh.
You just sort of grab it from
That's all right.
greedy
We are
dwarfs.
And I just like, what?
On your horses. Let's go.
Right.
Alright, you get on your horses and you keep riding towards, and you can actually start seeing in the distance the sort of small village that's around the big harbor. And as you get closer, you can see there's fire around, and it's looking pretty. It's not looking good. It doesn't look like anyone living would be there in the distance, at least from distance. And you ride up, and as you get to a point where you can really see what's happening. You can actually see lots of corpses. But also lots of... There's both corpses in civilian clothes, but there's also some in black robes. There's people that were already ghouls that seem to be dead.
Deghoulified.
Yeah.
Deagle.
Well, they're sort of barely ghouls anymore. They're just like missing half the body and it's burned away, and so yeah. Everything burns.
Do we see
both.
anyone alive at all? Is there like the wounded guard lying on a pile of embers or something like that?
You can do investigation.
Alright. Guys,
Or
we need
perception.
to check this place.
Depending on if you just want to see around or if you want to actually investigate the...
I'll do the old.
Alright, the perception.
8.
8. So you look
I said
around
I would bring my lucky dice.
and you don't see anything beyond the obvious. It's...
Is there any houses there that has like a door open or something?
yeah, some of the houses, but they're also on fire, most of them.
Oh, okay.
So some of them, the doorway's open, mostly because the door isn't there anymore. But do any of the other two want to do perception checks?
I want to do a perception check.
Alright, go for it.
Yeah.
Let's just see. A D20. It's a 2.
Alright,
You're looking in the wrong direction back in this place.
yeah, like you really turn around, but like coincidentally there's a rock about dwarf size right in front of you. Like
the smoke is too thick.
I got 10.
10. Alright,
Yeah.
you also look around and don't really like it's on fire.
Can I try and listen after strange noises?
Sure. That would just be perception as well.
Yeah.
But if you want to focus, you can get another roll for that. If you just want to focus on listening.
Yeah, I want to focus like on unnatural sounds.
We're
Alright.
systematically using all our senses.
Yeah. Next, you'll
First we
taste
off,
everything.
Then we
What do I roll that?
That's just perception check.
Okay. Even if I focus?
Yeah.
15.
15. All right. Beyond like the fire sounds of embers and all that, you can actually hear faintly, sort of to the east, the villain there's a mountain.
Yeah.
Right, and you can hear some knocking on something wooden is being knocked on, sort of up. So to the east, yeah, there's someone knocking on something.
One person who hasn't realized anything's going on. Just, what the hell is that noise?
Are you home?
Get down.
Oh, but
guys?
Yeah, so go for it.
No?
One is Saraya.
I can hear some like knocking on wood or something against the east.
It's not supposed to be good luck.
I don't know.
Knock on wood.
But maybe we should check it out because it's knocking.
Let's do that.
So.
Let's do it.
Alright, so you...
Saraya, you will lead the way because you actually know where the sound is coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
You look
We'll back you
east and head towards there, and as you get like the mountain is right, the city is basically built up towards it, and up you can see like a ramp, like a pathway going up towards the along the edge of the mountain. So, and it seems to be coming from up there, the sound.
I want to go up there, guys. That's where the knocking is coming from.
I suggest you go on ahead, and we'll stay back.
Yeah.
And cover your back because that worked so well last time.
Yes.
Yes.
But I suggest you leave your horse here.
Yeah, I'll jump down from my horse and start walking up.
Alright, Do you attempt to sneak, or do you just walk up there?
I sneak.
Alright, sure. Do a stealth
Or
check.
try to sneak. That is 19.
Alright, so you sort of try to sneak up, and as you get to the ramp sort of levels up towards the top. It's not like a large mountain or anything, but it's... And you see a man, it sort of looks like a guard in sort of guard outfit, and he's knocking on, looks sort of like a doorway to a mine would look like, in towards the mountain, and he's knocking on the wooden door. It's sort of barred, doesn't really open, and he actually hears you.
Oh
and
shit!
Turns towards you. Let's see here.
Classic samurai.
And it's like he's not surprised at all. He just looks at you like,
I've been expecting you.
"Who are you? You pile of rocks."
I'm Soraya. Me and my companions were in the city down here, and I heard you knocking in the distance. Why are you knocking?
He draws his sword. "Who do you serve?"
I just looks at him and freezes.
He walks up towards you with his sword drawn and asks you again, "I asked you, who do you serve?"
Can I check? Can see any insignia or anything from this distance? Does that like a badge or something?
Do perception.
Come on. Come on, Eva. Use your 70 years old. That's an 8.
And you see that there are insignias on his chest, but you can't quite make it out which one it is.
When in doubt, tell the truth.
Can I try to see if I can see anything?
Sure.
Use your elf eyes.
I will use my dwarf eyes. Yes. It's a 17!
Yay! You look up, and now that there isn't a rock in front of you, you can actually see. So
remove the rock.
Look up, and
the rock, it was just following me around.
And he's got a big insignia on his chest, and it's sort of, you know it well now, because it is the insignia of Lordaeron. So you would know it.
Sorry. You serve the king. Serve the king.
I just look at you good sir, we got sent by the king in London, so I serve him now.
The devil?
The king, you say?
Yes.
For the king.
Do you have any proof of this?
I can get my companions up here.
All right.
Call
them.
No. I think you should handle this. It's time that you can handle the situation like this.
I agree.
I don't know what to say.
I am not very diplomatic.
I just saw that out.
The guard sort of he walks slowly towards you with a blade, and sort of walks around you, but is very focused on you, and looks down to see the companions that are quietly yelling, I guess.
but I can tell you one thing, task that the king gave us.
What is that?
He wanted us to go to the harbor, because there's a lot of undead there. And other things, as he said.
Oh. Well, sorry then. And he sheathes his sword.
My goodness. I just take my hand to my head and I'm so stupid.
You'll have to excuse me, because you don't exactly look like soldiers. Oh, at least you don't.
Now
you look like a rock.
Reveal you're an orc.
Well, I'm not from these parts at all. and I'm using this cloak because people will judge me. But I am a good person.
Well, all right. Are your companions gonna join you up here, or?
And I'm just like looking over the edge and like try to wave them in, like, are you guys coming? It's okay.
Should we join them?
Are we coming? Do we trust her?
Well, it would be a very long con if he betrayed us now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's just try. We trust you for now.
Let's do it. Let's walk up
Let's
to them.
go.
Alright.
Do we just leave our horses here?
Actually, the horses.
He
If we
looks.
can get
Oh,
on.
on the horses. Yeah, sure. He looks delighted to see what looks to be a normal human and a normal dwarf.
And me.
I'm not just a human. I can see your eyes and I know what you think. I'm a paladin of the Holy Light, of the Order of the Silver Hand.
Well, it's good you have to hear, Sir Paladin. I may need your specific help.
I'm here to serve.
I came to this harbor like the king has sent you. He sent me, and my party was not so lucky.
Look around and burn the city.
Yeah, exactly.
We were not so lucky.
What makes you say that?
Well, we came to slay the undead, and that was actually working out quite fine. It was just ghouls and a few necromancers, nothing we haven't seen before. But all of a sudden, from this very cliff, we saw a sort of smoke enveloped from up here that took the whole, it took the whole city. We were blinded, I couldn't see. Next thing I know, I wake up. The city is on fire. Even the undead are dead. And
What?
Yes.
Uh,
you caught me trying to investigate this. This is where it came from. This mine.
That sounds very interesting and dangerous.
Well,
Sounds
yes.
wonderful.
Would you like to? I mean, I assume there's some undead abominations or something.
You were knocking on the door.
Yes, I'm trying to get in. I can't knock it down.
All right. The Throcker?
Yes.
You
Can I punch it down?
With your fists,
Yes.
you can try. Just to do attack roll.
Yes. It's a 12. And my. Do I have to add my attack modifier to this? No, my. What's it called? My strength modifier.
I assume so. Yeah.
Yeah, then 12 plus 3, that's 15.
Alright, do damage. Unarmed damage, that's just 1 plus strength, or what is it? Yeah.
Yes.
So just 1 plus your strength modifier, so 4, I guess.
What's my strength?
So that's 4.
4? I mean, I rolled a 12.
Yeah, but just the damage when it's unarmed, it's just your.
Yeah.
So you sort of just punch the door, and
Yeah.
while a tiny crack happens, it's
Can
nothing major. You're not knocking it down or anything.
I should have used my battle axe.
Can I try and kick the door open?
Sure.
I could just use my.
Yeah, certainly could. I mean, you could do it at the same time if you want to kick and try and use the battle axe. It's sort of risky, but
Yes.
it could work. Alright, make attack rolls,
Sounds
both of you, I
dangerous.
guess.
Kicking the door while someone's hitting you with an axe.
What?
Yeah. Do you want to kick and hit it with an axe?
I want to kick it.
Alright,
Go.
go for it.
Power of friendship.
And Berthloga, if you want to hit it with an axe, you can.
Is it plus my strength?
Can I not do it while she's kicking it?
Yeah.
Don't...
I mean, you can if you want to. You can also wait.
I want to wait. Let's
Alright,
see
fine.
how our kick goes.
Okay, but is it plus my strength?
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, 21.
What the?
Alright. You get a good but damage.
So that's 1 damage.
Yeah, what's your strength modifier?
It's 2.
Alright, so you kick the door and you don't you do about the same amount of damage as Betroka with her fist.
Ah.
Can I use my bad legs now?
Yes.
Wait a moment. Let's just. I take the door handle and try to open it. Is it even locked?
I just look at Sir Musk and like, I didn't think about that.
It is
I
locked.
didn't either.
It's locked. All right.
Okay. Can I try with my bad legs now?
Yes.
Okay. So it's an attack roll or.
Yeah, and, just a normal attack roll.
Yes. It's an 8. Damn it.
Can I aid her somehow? Like unfold the silver hand banner and stand next to it, so like, do it for the light.
Sure. Yeah, okay, so do it with advantage then, Betroka, so roll again.
Okay, roll again. Now it's a 10.
Alright.
And roll again. And now it's an 11.
Well, you do, it's a door, you do hit it, so roll damage.
Okay. Yes, let's see. It's a 7 plus 3 from my bad leg, so it's a 10.
Alright. You hit it right where, around the handle of the door. Sort of. And you get a good hit through, and it would appear that you destroy the lock.
Great. My bad legs only destroyed the lock.
Wait, guys, I remembered one thing. I have some lockpicks. Is there like a lock to pick there?
We have destroyed.
Well, not
the lock.
anymore.
Oh, damn it! I didn't pay attention. I was distracted in my
That's
bag.
the only thing I managed to do with my giant bad legs. Just hit the lock and then like nothing happened to the rest of the door. It was just a lock.
Alright, the door sort of slowly creaks open, and the guard is just like, oh, finally. I should have thought about using my weapon. He,
No.
Punched it and kicked it and then just, oh, we have bad legs.
It's very polite of you to knock first. You should not. Don't think point about it. It's very, very decent of you.
Yes.
he just laughs, like, ha, I like you. And then he headstrong goes in the door.
Okay, yeah, open the door for him and then push him through and then close it.
Alright, sure.
And
Looking at the door.
Can I at least have a torch? I didn't. Do you have one? I didn't bring one.
I don't have a torch.
Damn it.
Damn it. Is there a torch in Explorer's Pack?
Probably. It sounds like something that would be in Explorer's Pack.
Do you wanna?
Can't remember.
Do you wanna give it to him? Or...
I'll give him one torch. I think I have 10 or something.
You open the door and I guess and he takes the. Not to ask for too much, but this is unlit. Do you have any way to light it?
Hey, Sir Musk, you have a way.
All right, I opened the door again. Looks at hand me the torch. I don't know. Do we have a tinderbox? Anyone? Tinderbox?
Can't you just use your nice weapon to light it up?
Wouldn't waste a powerful spell fueled by the light itself.
Ah.
So insignificant is like a torch.
But we
I will
need
try this. Maybe we're in luck. I take the torch and just like draw it across the wall, like a match.
Okay.
Does it light?
You towards the wall. Just do a straight d20 for me.
Like a die. That was 20.
All right.
We're
It just-
20, guys.
Like you barely have to, like you barely touch the wall before it just like, and it's like perfectly lit. Like lots of
Hey,
light.
Joel.
Thank you.
Well, actually, up to
What?
I think you couldn't light the torch. I could light a torch. It's my torch now. Now I will lead the way. Everyone, follow me. Be careful. Who knows what we'll find in this dark and damp place beneath the ground? A place of evil. What's inside? I light around the torch.
All right. So you walk in, and I assume the rest of you follow.
Yeah.
I follow.
That's probably a staircase leading down into darkness.
Actually, it's just a tunnel in a cave, just going in and sort of bending around a bit, but it's nothing too. There's no forks in the road or anything. It's straight.
Can I see anything like in the distance? Since I have dark vision.
Well, as you get in there, like there's nothing in the tunnel so far. Basically, it's just a tunnel.
Right. No traps or anything.
Well, you can investigate.
Yeah, I'll investigate for traps. 10.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
Rogue, is the way clear? I take that as a yes. Let's go. How tall? How tall is this cave?
Oh yeah.
It's like you can definitely fit in there, all of you.
I was wondering if we could bring our horses.
They would barely fit, but they could fit in there. The roided up horse might beat his head.
I don't think underground is a place for horses.
I don't think either.
But they might get eaten by ghouls outside.
So.
But they also might be eaten by ghouls in here. I mean, we don't really know what's in here yet.
Very well. We should leave them outside and proceed to explore this place.
Yep.
All right. You keep going in, and for a while it keeps just going, one straight tunnel, until you come to a slightly larger, like, part of it, but where it ends, and there you see a man, hooded in like black robes. Looks about a human's height from where you stand, but he does have his face turned, and he's sort of like raising his arms, and you can faintly see some maybe what looks to be magic, sort of black and like coming from his hands, like sort of going in front of him, sort of black and white streaks coming from his hands.
Slightly incriminating, I would. Roger?
Yes.
You are new on the job. Why don't you deal with him? Ask him what's going on. Maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Maybe it is. Maybe I should.
If it isn't, then punch him.
I could do that. You make a fair point. I shall try.
I'm folding the silver handband and just stand in the background. Oh, the light.
Alright.
So,
you walk over?
Yes.
He still has his back turned, and he does not seem to care that you're there. So.
Then I say,
Still doesn't turn around.
Elliot. Then I tap him on the back.
Alright, just lightly. Yeah, he's still just sort of, as you get close to him, you can hear like a low chant coming.
Actually, why you hang on a second? I can do something. I'm a paladin. Finally, a chance. I use my divine sense, so I can sense the presence of any celestial undead within 60 feet of me.
Celestials are undead?
Celestial undead or fiends.
Fiends, okay. you sense around him. You sense something fiendish.
Oh. Maybe I
As you
should.
are about to tap on the shoulders and
And then I sort of hear him, and then slowly I turn around to run back to my friends, like,
get back here.
And yeah, you just walk back.
no.
You can see.
Well, I was uneventful.
Yeah.
Well, what should we do now?
I don't know.
He is still standing with his hands up, and then you can see him sort of push his hands forward a bit, and a slight shockwave hits the walls of the tunnel. Just a small one, not enough to knock the roof down or anything, but you can sort of feel a little rumble. And you can see a streak of black and white magic sort of intertwining in front of him, and then opening up to what appears to be a portal.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, as we know, he will need at least one other person to help him with the port. So we are in the clear.
And he turns around, and he has his face very covered from, and actually also has like an actual cover from his, so you can only see his eyes, and they are sort of blackened. That no natural eye color, they're just black.
Black and scary.
And he says, "Well, thank you for not interrupting that ritual."
I knew we should have charged him.
Should have punched him.
We should have punched him. Gosh dang it.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
Well, who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Sir Ether Mask of the Hope, the High Order of the Silver Hand, veteran of 2 wars, and these are my companions.
If it helps you ease your mind, I killed the undead in the city.
But why?
I don't like undead. I am
But
not
why?
I am not on your side. Why I don't like undead? Well, they're hideous to look at. They have small brains, they attack everything on sight. Not quite my type.
We can agree on that. We have something in common. Worlds can be built from less than that.
Well, yes, certainly. So, what are you doing here, interrupting me?
Well, we're doing exactly that. We're interrupting you. Come on, guys. He's clearly a fiend. Let's get him.
And actually, do you prepare for battle? Or?
Well,
we don't know who he is yet. Have we even tried to ask?
all right. We'll do that.
Yeah.
But, Chris, it's getting late, so maybe...
Yeah, this will be the end. So we'll just finish.
We have many questions for you.
Well,
We continue.
as you were to ask him, actually, you can see a figure from behind him, the portal. Someone
Oh my God.
stepping through, and basically all you see is a knife coming out of his mouth. So you're stabbed in the back of the throat.
Oh, the guy? Oh.
Yeah, the guy you were talking to.
Well,
Oh.
There's someone walking out and there's a back of the guy's mouth. What the hell?
And
They're sick.
as he falls down to the ground, you see what looks to be a high elven female
oh my god.
I'm gonna
with
phone the picture.
no, you do not measure.
Oh my god.
She has long black hair and
Oh, right.
all sort of some black and white robes. And
Hmm.
she says like, "Oh,
Well, I'm glad we didn't spend time on getting to know that guy. Who are you?
Well, he was quite pitiful, that one. And, to be honest, compared to the likes of me, so are you. But I'm sure we can find some common ground. You see, I am here to stop a terrible event that I know is going to happen. Whether you like it or not, this kingdom is about to fall. I am here to stop
I
it.
can do anything about it.
I would implore your help if such a thing was possible.
Who are you?
I am... Well, let's say I am... She
Next episode.
no, she sort of thinks she doesn't want to reveal too much of himself.
Oh.
Let's say I am infinite. That is all. So, will
Can I
you...
make an insight check to see if she's bullshitting?
Sure.
This is 16.
Alright. From what you can tell, she is not bullshitting. She seems to really be...
All right,
at least
so
believe
just
she's
crazy.
infinite. And,
Okay.
yeah. It is getting late, so with the last words being... I want your help. Will you help me?
Oh my god.
And that'll be it from tonight.
Yes. Thank you for
thank-
hearing.
Thank you for
Thank
playing.
you.
And we
And
will...
thank you, everyone who watched.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
great to
I
have
hope
just
it has
not...
been mildly entertaining.
Yes, mildly entertaining. And we will continue next Tuesday,
That would be
At the same time.
11.
the 11th. At the same time, yeah?
Yeah,
And, yeah, that will be me finishing up this one-shot, or two-shot, I guess it would be.
2 shots.
Two-shot. And
With a side
then
by
we
side.
will be having a little break, and then the main campaign will begin in January.
Exactly.
With the proper DM, so you will have to excuse me for...
You did.
And remember, guys, to follow us on Twitter and Twitch. Woo!
Remember to hit that like button. No, God.
Yes.
So,
Hit that like button
we
on
will
Instagram.
return next Tuesday for Amazing Adventures.
Yes.
Yay.
Who is this person?
Who knows? But anyway, yeah.
And are they infinite?
Are they really infinite? Anyway, thank you for watching, and yeah, bye.
Yes. See you.
Bye.
Oh.